that has probably got to be the most exciting finish to a preseason game I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
And that is something I thought I would never, ever say about a preseason game.
Right, because when you think of preseason, you think of boring, wasted time, who fucking cares, really?
Dead.
Yeah, but I think for the last 2 minutes, really, I can honestly say that was the most exciting time in a preseason game that I think I'll ever see in my entire life.
Probably.
But anyway, guys, Steelers beat the Buccaneers 30-28 in Week 1 of preseason. Had some, down moments, obviously, because that's what's going to happen in preseason. But we definitely had a lot of ups.
Yeah,
we
man.
really did.
Very well, overall performance from the Steelers and their depth and everything. Showcase a lot of talent and everything. Like you said, we definitely had our downs, but mostly had our ups, man. Very nice win. Open up the preseason, gives these guys a little bit more confidence going into the remainder of preseason. So let's get right into it. Obviously, we're going to start with the offense and, of course, the quarterbacks. We're going to start with Josh Dobbs, man. Dobbs, he looked okay, I would say. Personally, he looked very sloppy early. He did have a very nice completion down to James Washington early in the game for the offense, but it was very underthrown. Honestly, Washington was wide open. It could have been a touchdown if he threw it a little bit more deeper, a little bit more better. But you can definitely tell if you watch the play, Washington definitely had to slow down and retract the ball and everything and concentrate on the ball and everything. So Dobbs definitely underthrew that pass, in my opinion. Now, he did pick it up late in the game, or late in his reps and everything. He did have a very nice run, which led to a Boswell field goal. So, throughout the game, like I said, he was very sloppy early, but as the game progressed and his reps progressed, he definitely felt and looked more comfortable, a little bit more smooth, a little bit more steady.
Yeah, so, he definitely did get a little better and everything, but I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Dobbs, when it comes to not only throwing the ball, but when it comes to his decision-making and everything else, I just feel like he tries too hard.
Yeah.
I really think he tries too hard, and that's what causes him to be inconsistent when it comes to throwing the ball, inaccurate. Like that, I feel like that's the one thing that's really kind of holding Dobbs back.
Yeah.
I think when he gets pressured, I feel like he kind of panics and everything.
Yes.
And he just gets rid of it, and he just tries too hard.
Yeah, his composure is coming from a third year player. I definitely expected a little more, especially since he's been on the bench most of the time and developing on the bench and everything. I definitely expected more from Dobbs, especially after an upgraded preseason that he had compared to his rookie season. I expected more. I'm not saying he did bad. He did not do bad. He did pretty decent. But I definitely expect. And remember, he started the game originally, so I still expected more from a third-year player and someone that is fighting for the number 2 spot behind Ben and everything. So
right. I mean, Dobbs had a very good game in my opinion. I just feel like there were a lot of times in the game where he felt nervous and he tried way too hard.
Right.
And I feel like that's what's causing him to kind of fail in a way when it comes to training camp and potentially for the rest of preseason. So I'm hoping, because I'm a fan of Dobbs, I think he's got potential. He just needs to work on some improvements.
Right. Now, the only thing he really has is athleticism, which helps him run the ball a lot more. He's able to. He's kind of like what'd you proclaim him as?
Yeah, I said he was a poor man's. I'm gonna go the Steeler way. He's a poor man's Cordell Stewart. He's a dual threat. He can throw, catch. I'm sure. He can, he can throw, run. I'm sure he can catch, really.
But he's not going to progress. He's not going to show any time as a receiver. But he is a dual threat. That's his best ability. He's not really. He's better on his feet. Is what I'm trying to say. He's much better on his feet. Speaking of better, Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Jesus Christ, and excuse my profanity. Holy shit, this dude performed so much better than Dobbs, man. Rudolph had a fucking phenomenal game, man. Like, compared to last year, it's night and day. Compared to Dobbs, it's night and day. Rudolph looks so fucking smooth.
He does.
And comfortable, and his composure is just out of this world. He looks so poised, man. Like, Rudolph, man, he was so consistent, man, and patient in the pocket. Like, compared to last year, last year he didn't do too bad, but you can definitely sense that he was feeling a little bit, his composure wasn't there. He was a little bit nervous. He wasn't as patient. He wasn't as, poised or accurate or anything. This year, it's completely fucking different. Like, he has completely worked on everything. He has grown on absolutely everything. He has grown on his reads, his accuracy, man. His patience in the pocket is is insane. It impressed the fuck out of me.
It really did.
Like, he threw a touchdown pass to, I believe it was Zach Gentry, man, on the last drive of his reps. He threw a phenomenal touchdown to Zach Gentry, and credit to the offensive line for giving him, all the time in the world, man. But you can tell from, man, his patience, and when the fucking pass rusher was getting towards him, he didn't panic, man. His composure was out of this fucking world.
Yeah, he was just calm. He was patient. He was fine.
As he did.
He just had confidence in his offensive line. He was good.
Yeah, as he did throughout the entire game, man. I remember this one time, man. There was this one play where he was getting pressured real good, and to the point that he made a guy miss and continued to play and ran outside the pocket and still looked down the field and tried to make a play, which I believe was incomplete. There was a flag on the play, but man, that shows you the potential he has inside the pocket, and when he's getting pressured, his composure is great, man. He has just improved on everything compared to last year. I am very impressed with Rudolph in this game, man. I would say he's one of the biggest stars, one of the biggest guys to take away from this game, man.
Oh, without a doubt.
He just had a phenomenal game, man. Honestly, compared to Dobbs, he's leading the way for the number 2 spot behind Rudolph. And it is one game, and the next few weeks are going to be key for Dobbs and Rudolph to see how consistent they are, how much they've, upgraded and everything. Like I said, see if they're consistent, see if all that shit, But Rudolph, after one game, man, I'd say he's leading the way. He's leading the charge for that number 2 spot.
He really is.
He really is, man. Like, I was very impressed with Rudolph, man. Like, he threw this great touchdown, this phenomenal fucking touchdown to James Washington in the right corner of the end zone. Man. It was insane.
It was the perfect throw, perfect ball placement, perfect accuracy, where only James Washington could get it.
Exactly, man. That's. I'm not saying he's this, but that's an elite fucking throw. You see throws like that from Ben and Peyton Manning. You see that shit from Brady and Breeze and all those elites. He made a fucking phenomenal ass throw to the point, like you said, where James Washington could only get it, man. And that fucking Oklahoma State connection, man.
Yeah, it just gets me more excited for the potential future of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, man.
It really does.
Seriously. Like, Rudolph really impressed the hell out of me. He's leading the charge for the number 2 spot. And massive shout out to Steel Jedi, man. As you guys know, he was the guy that introduced us to Mason Rudolph and his film and his highlights and everything. And we just been high on him ever since. And honestly, man, I have to agree with him, man. Now, it all depends on how Ben feels and if he's going to play out his contract or when we win the Super Bowl. And I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but Rudolph, like I said, compared to last year, man, it's night and day. It's insane. He has really grown on everything compared to last year. It's awesome.
It is.
That shows you the effort and the pride he has for his game, for his future. It's great, man. It's something that you really love to see from a potential future franchise quarterback. Sitting behind a guy like Ben, man. That's what you want to see from backups. And a young guy like Mason Rudolph, man.
Yeah, really.
So this guy really could be the heir to Ben. We've been saying it since he was drafted, and tonight, again, I don't want to jump the gun, but he definitely showed great flashes. Again, these next few weeks is going to be key for him.
Right, because it's just week 1, but coming from this game, he performed absolutely phenomenal.
He looked real fucking good, man, seriously.
Like when it comes to backup quarterbacks that I've seen from different teams, I have never seen a backup quarterback so patient, so comfortable, so calm, so accurate, with great decision-making as well.
Seriously.
That just goes to show you the potential that Mason Rudolph has for this team.
Preach, man, seriously. Coming from a young buck like Mason Rudolph, coming into only his second year, he's only going to get better, man, seriously, with the weapons he has around him. And remember, he was playing with second and third stringers on the offensive line at receiver. The only starter he really had on offense as a weapon was James Washington, and they connected like that. Like their chemistry is still there from Oklahoma State.
Exactly. You put him in there with the starting offensive line with the starting targets,
man,
the guy can fucking show off.
Man, so it's insane, man. I'm still going to say it. I'm going to say it until I'm proven wrong. He is the future. He is the heir to Ben, man.
He is.
Seriously. And I want to take a look at stats real quick. Let's look at Josh Dobbs. 5 of 8 for 85 yards, no touchdown, but he did have, like I said, a nice run that led to a Boswell field goal, our initial score of the game. Rudolph, also 5 for 8, 91 yards, and 2 passing touchdowns. One to Washington, one to Zach Gentry. They played with and against pretty much the same people.
If you really think about it, Rudolph's really taking that number 2 spot.
He's charging with it, man.
He really is.
And again, like you said, these next few weeks is going to be key to see if they're consistent and they can keep up this game, if they can keep their momentum going. That's going to be key. Like, next week's going to be key with them against the Chiefs. So it's going to be interesting to see that shit, man. But after they got their reps, Delvin Hodges came in, and honestly, he looked good too. Like, this quarterback room actually impresses me. Like, there's not really one bad quarterback, honestly, because they both, all of them have the, outside of Ben, of course, all of them have the potential to be a great backup.
Yeah, they
honestly.
really do.
Seriously.
They really do. Like, Hodges, coming from a 4th-string quarterback on the depth chart, you don't really expect much or anything out of the ordinary, really.
But he looked good.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad. I mean, he had a little inaccurate throws. Like I said, coming from a 4th-string quarterback, you're not really going to expect a starter-like performance. But
right.
he did well for what he did.
And honestly, man, I feel like he looked more patient, a little bit more poised in the pocket than Josh Dobbs. To be honest with you, like, if you look at that touchdown he threw to Tevin Jones, he was just so patient and poised in the pocket. It's real nice to see from him, man. He can honestly make a run for the number 3 spot. Or he can make the practice squad if the show's too high on Dobbs. But depending on how Dobbs performs and with his experience, we can find a trade partner with Dobbs. Or for Dobbs.
Yeah, seriously.
And keep
a trade can come in handy when it comes to a certain position that we may need depth on, whether that's tight end or safety or another position.
Like, I'm hearing the Lions are working out Josh, what's his name, Josh Johnson?
Yeah, Josh Johnson and Landry Jones.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want a trade partner, hit us up. I'll take a 5th or 6th round pick. Fuck it. I mean, we'll see what happens
and
within
nonetheless,
these next few weeks, but
overall, I think all 3 quarterbacks did very well in this game.
they really did very well.
Especially Rudolph.
Yeah, I was very impressed with all of them, but mostly Rudolph, man. Rudolph, coming into his second year, has just grown so much. I'm shocked, honestly. I did not expect that from him in this game, man. He really just, like a fucking wrecking ball, just out of nowhere. Like, I didn't expect shit from him.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I expected some from him, but not this. Good shit, Rudolph. Keep it up, man. Seriously. That's for all the quarterbacks, man. I want that competition factor there right now.
Yeah, it's just only going to get them better,
yes.
which I love to see.
Seriously. And speaking of offense, man, James Washington went the fuck off. Now, I know he had a productive preseason last year, and it didn't really transfer into the regular season until at least late in the regular season. But I can tell, and I think everyone can tell, man, he's a little bit more confident. He's a little bit more comfortable. He's a little bit more woke as a receiver this year. He's a little bit more hungry, a little bit more fast, a little bit more strong, a little bit more slim, a little bit more aggressive as a receiver. That first catch from Dobbs, man, was just great. Climbing the ladder, getting that ball, keeping a hold of the ball, that concentration all the way throughout the entire catch, even as he hit the ground, as well as that one great catch he had with, I believe it was Rudolph.
I believe so.
As well. So he had a lot of great plays, man. Rudolph. Washington looked real good.
Yeah, he had a fantastic game. He really did. 4 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, man. Seriously. Now, yes, like we say, he had a great preseason last year, and he's pretty much picking up where he left off from last year. So
right, but the difference was he now has a year under his belt. He is now under the learning experience when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
He's already taken that role now.
Yeah, and you can tell he definitely feels and seems a little bit more confident this year. After all that shit he got from Ben and everything, he just feels more woke. He feels more fired up. Like a fire was lit under his ass, man. That's what he needed.
That's what I like to see, because
Exactly.
I'm big on Washington. I really think he can break out.
Seriously, and he's picking up where he left off. And speaking of breaking out, I know he's not really the best guy to get an opinion from, but Des Bryant said it himself on Twitter. He said James Washington's going to break out. Just wait for it.
Yeah, really.
It's possible, man. And the great thing about it is that, and this is another thing to watch for next week, is because Dante Moncrief did not play in this game. So James Washington got a little bit of a head start for the number 2 wide receiver battle. So it'll be interesting to see how Moncrief can bounce back or rebound or fight back against Washington's performance next week, or see if Washington can remain consistent and keep up his momentum.
Right.
So next week's going to be interesting with that, if Moncrief plays and how he fights back between Washington's performance tonight, or depending on how Washington does. But he does have a head start as the number 2. So that's going to be interesting to see next week.
Yeah, seriously.
But very good performance. 2 thumbs up for James Washington, man. Seriously. He's looking more confident. I'm loving it.
Yeah, but other than that, the offense didn't really do much. I mean, the rushing game was nice here and there. I felt like Benny Snell had an okay game.
Yeah.
He didn't really do anything explosive in the running game. He did have a nice 20-yard reception from Hodges, which was a 3rd and 20, and he did pick up that first down.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see from Benny Snell.
I think he's just getting, because I didn't expect him to come out and just blast everybody, just truck motherfuckers over. I didn't expect that. He's just getting into the groove of the NFL. I think as the weeks progress, we'll see a little bit more reps from him and a little bit more aggressiveness from Benny Snell, which I hope so.
Right.
He's one of the more exciting and charismatic guys on the roster, so hopefully we see more from him these next few weeks, man. Johnny Holton had a real nice, 68-yard catch and run from Rudolph, man. So he showed a little potential trying to be a wild card spot for that roster or maybe a practice squad player. He could potentially take over the duties of Darius Haywood-Bay as a special teamer. I mean, if you look at it, they're pretty much very identical. They're both fast as fuck, best is deep threat, best is depth, best on special teams.
Yeah, really.
They are literally identical. The only difference is that Johnny Holton wasn't drafted in the first round. But they are so identical.
They really are, so.
So, I mean, it's possible he can make a run for the practice squad, but we'll see what happens, man.
Right, but overall, the offense did very good.
Yeah,
I felt like they did very good. I felt they got the job done, and they all made a case on staying with his team.
Yeah,
I
man.
really did.
They all looked real nice. They all looked real smooth, so it'll be interesting to see how everyone transfers into the week 2 next week, man. So, as for the defense, no doubt the stars are clear as day, Devin Bush and Ola Adeni.
Now let's talk about Devin Bush first.
Yeah. I mean,
he's looking fantastic.
He was, and the same goes for Adeni, man. Both are just, they were literally everywhere. Wherever the ball was, they were there. Like, they were close by, man. And like you said, let's start with Bush.
Damn.
Shit.
10 tackles in the first half.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes players just to get 10 tackles in a whole fucking game.
Yeah.
He got 10 tackles in one half.
He was literally everywhere where the ball was, man. He showed real nice potential in the pass rush as well. Looked real good in coverage. He made a phenomenal 4th down stop, which he just ran right up the fucking middle. And that showed his speed right there, man. That's going to be clutch as hell on those 3rd and shorts, those 4th and short plays.
Definitely what I like to see coming from a rookie linebacker.
Yeah,
like
seriously.
That.
Devin Bush.
Who's going to be filling the big need.
Yeah, Devin Bush looked real fucking good. Definitely one of the biggest stars to take away from this game. Devin Bush is really exciting. He's going to be hopefully a star. I don't want to judge after one game. Again, next week, everyone is going to have to show some consistency transferring in the next week in the remaining games in the preseason. But
yeah, but seriously, so far, Devin Bush having a fantastic start to his NFL Pittsburgh Steelers career.
Yeah, and so is Ola Adeni, just picking up where he left off last year, applied constant pressure, hurried the quarterback a lot. I think did he get a sack?
He didn't.
He might have or might not. I don't think he did, but I can't remember. But
he had a lot of constant pressure. He was nice in coverage at times.
Yeah.
Or a good tackler, and like you said, it was all over the ball.
Yeah, he looked real good in the run support as well. They both did, man. Those two are definitely the defensive stars of the entire game, man. Two guys to definitely take away for the defense, for the Steelers' defense. Both looked real good, real smooth, real nice. And this may be wishful thinking, but the future of the defense.
Potentially.
Because Ola Adeni, man, he's just getting better, and he could really make a run for Dupree. I don't see Dupree getting benched because he's making over $9 million this year, but if Dupree don't do shit,
get Adeni in there.
Seriously.
Give him the fucking opportunity. If you do, all it takes is that.
Yeah.
You gave it to Harrison, look what happened.
All it takes is one chance, and that can make an entire player's fucking career. It could be the same for Adeni. Like you said, it was the same for Debo. Look what he did.
For Danny, literally, they have the same story. Undrafted, 92, Steelers. Could be the same thing. Next thing you know, he could break James Harrison's fucking sack record. Who knows?
It's fucking ironic as hell, man. And let's not forget, James Harrison didn't start until he was, 26, 27, 28? Adeni's 21, 22. He came in the league last year. He's got years ahead of him, man, and he's only going to get better. So that's one exciting thing to take away from the defense, man. Ola Adeni and Devin Bush look real fucking good. And I would honestly say also Ulysses Gilbert, the second inside linebacker that we drafted this past draft, man, looked real good as well. He looked very, very smooth, very nice late in the game, man. Although he was playing against 3rd, 4th, 2nd stringers, whatever. He looked real good, man. He had a lot of great reads and coverage. He was very effective in the pass rush, forcing a strip sack late in the game. So, almost pretty much. I mean, we did win the game, but it was it was almost a game-winning strip sack for Gilbert. But
Right, seriously.
Gilbert looked real good also in the run support, man. He was constant pressure. Dude's fast.
Yeah, the guy's fucking fast.
Dude's going to ball, man. And he's really making a case for the 53, man. And if he does make the 53, he's going to be a baller on special teams, man.
Especially with his speed and tackling ability.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If you ask me, I feel like he's going to have that Vince Williams kind of route. Because Vince Williams came in the 6th round and started off as a backup, as a special teams guy. Then he worked his way up after Timmons left, and he became a starter alongside Shazier. Now look at him, a very contributive fucking starter for the Steelers.
Yeah.
I feel like that could very well be the same thing for ULC's Gilbert.
Yeah, only faster and better in coverage.
Right,
but,
of course.
But still, I can definitely see it, man. And if he can continue to develop, and he's young as well. He's young, too. If he can continue to develop and everything under the roster and on special teams, man, imagine 2 fucking speedsters at inside linebacker and Devin Bush and Ulysses Gilbert. Again, that's wishful thinking, but that is something.
It's not out the realm of possibility.
Yeah, it's something exciting to think about for the future of this defense, man. It's possible.
It is.
Dude's got talent, man. Dude's got crazy talent, man. He's this year's Matthew Thomas.
Yeah, he's got huge potential. He
Yeah.
really does.
Seriously,
Don't sleep
man.
on him.
Now, on the negative side of the defensive ball, Justin Lane, he pretty much played almost the entire game. He looked raw as fuck. Raw as fuck. Like Artie Burns, raw as fuck.
Except a little better.
Yeah, I would say a little better. Now, in coverage, he wasn't too bad, except for the times that he was playing 10 yards off of the fucking receiver for some reason. I don't know why we're playing too much zone.
Yeah, that shit's gotta stop.
I mean, it's a good way to transition Lane into the NFL to get his feet wet. And I'm not concerned about Justin Lane having a bad game because he's a long-term project. He's a long-term development. Of course, he's going to be raw. Of course, he's going to be, he's not going to. I'm not expecting him to come out and play like a Patrick Peterson or fucking Deion Sanders or anybody elite at the cornerback position.
Or Marcus Peters, like he did in his rookie year. Like, I don't expect anything from that. He's just a rookie.
Yeah, he's going to be a project. He's probably going to redshirt this entire year. He's probably going to sit on the depth chart this entire year. He's going to be a long-term project for the Steelers, which hopefully turns into success. But this is a good way to get his feet wet. He did have a very sloppy game, but again, I'm not worried about it. It's a way to get his feet wet. Hopefully a successful long-term development for the Steelers at the cornerback position.
Yeah, seriously. And we'll see how he does for the rest of the preseason, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. Other than that, man, defense looked decent. Tuzar Skipper, is that his name?
Yeah, Tuzar Skipper out of Toledo.
Yeah, man, he looked good as well. He kind of looks like this year's Ola Daney. That dude coming out of Toledo or any really college and just coming out and breaking out and showing his potential, making the case for the practice squad.
Yeah, seriously, because I heard a lot of good things about Tuzar Skipper in training camp. Because he's, like, quick off the edge. He's got, like, insane strength.
Yeah.
Which I like to see.
And he showed it this game, man. So he can make a very big run for the practice squad, man. I would definitely add him to the practice squad. He showed a lot of good potential this year, this game.
Yeah, he really did.
So it's going to be interesting to see if he can transfer that into the next coming weeks, man. But other than that, Chris Boswell was really the only guy we have left to talk about. He looked good. He looked like the old Wizard of Oz, which is music to my ears, which is fucking... It's like a perfect 10 chick, like across the street. It's just fucking love at first sight. Man, it's... I love seeing that shit. It's...
Boswell looked good. He looked great. He looked like his old self. And I'm hoping that continues for the rest of preseason heading into the regular season because the kicking position is a serious
job
that we're going to need.
It's an important position. Especially
after what happened last year.
Yeah, which was one of the keys why we didn't make the playoffs because Boswell missed what? How many fucking field goals?
12.
Like 12. Jesus.
12 field goals.
Are you serious?
Counting extra points.
Are you serious?
I'm not even joking. Or 13.
Is this fucking Cody Parkey? Is this
Josh Scobie?
Is this Nick Folk? What the fuck? But
is
however,
Blair Walsh, I don't fucking know.
However, in this game, he definitely looked like the old Wizard of Oz, man. The 2016-2017 version of the Wizard of Oz, man. And the main reason for that is because he wasn't healthy last year. We kind of suspected that late in the season. Like, why the fuck is Bob? How does he go from 2017 to being one of the clutchest kickers in the league
to making the Pro Bowl
to
being
trash?
Yeah.
Like, how that makes no sense. He's got to be injured or mentally messed up or something. And it turned out he was injured, man. He had something wrong with his groin, and now he looks to be fully healthy and back to that old Wizard of Oz, man, which is great to see. And hopefully he continues it, man. I missed that Boz. People were saying, oh, cut Boz. Oh, trade Boz. I'm like...
Give him another opportunity because all it takes is one opportunity or one retry, and then there you go.
Yeah. Because
Like
honestly,
Boswell,
man,
you know, I want the old Boz back. You know, the clutch Boz, the one that we can rely on. Because every time I look at Boz now, I kind of cringe. I kind of worry.
yeah.
I don't want to do that to Boz because I love Boz.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to feel confidence. I want to be like, I want to have the confidence that Patriot fans and Colts fans feel with Adam Vinatieri. I want to feel the confidence that Ravens fans had with Justin Tucker.
Yeah,
We did have that confidence in 2017. Hopefully he's regaining it. He is. He's really regaining that confidence. Hopefully he continues it throughout the preseason.
Yeah, seriously, because I want the old Chris Boswell where he basically won us the game against the Chiefs in the divisional round.
Exactly.
I want that Boswell back.
Exactly.
I really do. I'm a fan of Boswell. I still am. I am hoping that he redeems himself after a lackluster, terrible year last year.
Couldn't be more true, man. Seriously. Boz, you have our full support, man. Good to see you back in action. Good to see you fully healthy. Man, let's go get that fucking Pro Bowl selection back, man. So,
other than that, good game overall by the Steelers, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Steelers showed a lot of potential. They all played really well, man. The quarterback group looked real good. Offense, the weapons looked pretty decent. Defense, you know, the linebackers really balled out. I remember Tyler Matakevich had just... The fuck?
I sneezed. Bless me. So what were you saying?
Fuck that come from? I'm not editing that out. That's funny as fuck.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, but the Steelers linebackers, man, they all looked real good, man. So, real nice performance by the Steelers overall. Why are you still laughing?
I don't know.
I'm not cutting this out. This is going in. I hope you realize that.
Well, fuck it. I don't care.
Anyway, guys, man, what the fuck are you laughing for? Are you laughing at Antonio Brown because he doesn't want to play because he wants his old helmet back?
I don't know.
Oh, I want my teddy bear.
I want my candy from the candy store.
Man, grow the fuck up, bro. James Washington just showed you we don't need you. Fuck you. Man, fuck you. Fuck Antonio Brown. Man, fuck that fucking clown, man. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Give us your thoughts about the game in the comments below, man. And next week, we got the Chiefs Saturday night. Going to be interesting to see how everyone transfers and if people can remain consistent. Going to be fun. Going to be a true test for a lot of people like Rudolph and Dobbs and Washington and Bush and Danny and all those guys, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Possibly throw a little bit of starters in there. Maybe we see a little bit of Ben, which I doubt. We'll probably see him in the last game. But I'm sure we might see a little bit of Juju. We might see a little bit of Connor more. So it's going to be interesting. Might see Moncrief. Might see a little bit more advanced. So might see a little bit of the offensive line. So next week's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be the fun test. And the true test for the quarterbacks, man, because I don't expect Ben to start. It's going to be a good true test for Dobbs and Rudolph to see how they work with the ones, man.
And seriously, see if they can be consistent and show that they are worthy of backing up Ben.
Exactly. So it's going to be fun, man. Let us know what you guys' thoughts, comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!